Good evening to one and all. I have been given an opportunity to take a small workshop for professional telephone skills for the front office staff. Uh, we have taken this topic. The reason was we were having a lot of times since we were been working in the industry. We used to see that the boys used to have a little bit of lapses or a little bit of gap will be there when they're coming this telephone etiquettes and other standards. So normally we at the time of induction or for the trainees itself we used to go for that. But I like to go for in this workshop. I want to take you through the professional telephone skills which is required for an industry. So starting my presentations. See, why does a telephone etiquette matters in the travel industry, especially in the hotel industry? What is the reason for you to say that why telephone etiquette matters to you? Because the reason mainly look into the things are it creates a wow experience to the guest. How? The reason is it shows a professionalism. See, when you have a face-to-face talk in an organization, automatically, when a first check-in process happens, immediately what all the people want to do is to creating a positive impression or creating a first impression. This is creating a first impression. So in the checking process, you just give a garland, you put a tilak and other things. So you also see that whatever the guest is expecting, you want to make it very fast. Your checking process. See, that is a professionalism way. Coming into the telephone etiquette also, there is a professional way of doing things. What is the thing is, just like when you meet someone personally the first time, similarly the way you talk on the telephone speaks volume about your professionalism. For example, how you are handling the call, how are you speaking, what all the factors will ultimately inform the guest that yes, I have that creates a confidence to the guest saying that yes, I have talked to a person who can professionally handle my scenario. Number two is build the loyalty and trust. What does it mean by loyalty and trust? If you talk with someone politely and respectfully, then your professionalism will show, which helps to gain a loyalty and trust to the people. Yes, when he comes to the front office, when he talks to them, when you are speaking in a manner of helpfulness, what happens ultimately is you are just bringing him her thing is you try to become loyal. So when he comes to the front office, he will ask, "Where is Swarup Aravind? I want to talk to him." So that is what is here. We do it in the telephone. Like some person would have taken a reservation, so when at the time of checking, can I meet Ashwati? Because she has created a trust and loyalty by talking to the guest. Next is leave a good impression. Always see, imagine, see what does it mean by impressions? Is I took a call, I spoke to the thing. What is this good? The person who attended doesn't know things, and I don't think this hotel seems to be fine. Now, what happened? You have to create a good impression. So talk. So always try to talk in a polite manner. Always. So that is what we are going into the next slide. The number one slide which we are going to it is. However, see, why I said these things is because we have to, these are the objectives behind this topic. To achieve this objective, what are you going to do is, see, for example, the number one is, most of the places this happens is, phone will be ringing in one side and the people are not there attending. Someone will say, I'm the reservation, I'm not in the front office. So now what happens is, always have a rule, thumb rule number one, always pick up the call in a 3-ring. Whether you are in a front office, you are in a service, or you are in a kitchen, wherever you are, you have to pick up your call within 3 rings. Next, poster plays a very vital role in telephones. See, for example, today all have been given you have been not using your old telephone system, taking and keeping, you have been given a probe. So what happened is leaning it. See, our vocal cord is in a sense like it is the way like this is clear, she gives you a clear speaking atmosphere. When you twist it or tilt it, automatically the voice modulation changes. That's why the reason your posture matters a lot, especially when you are doing a telephone conversation in a telephone. So that's why I will say that which posture was correct is this is the posture which you have to be correct. Rather than sitting and see, for example, you are sleeping in a bed and you're handling a telephone, you can automatically understand that that voice will be a little bit of, so a voice of laziness will be there. So that's why the reason the posture plays a very important role. Next, while speaking on this phone, Even we always say to the students when they were in the training and we in the classroom, we say always smile with the tone. See, for example, always smile with it reflects your voice. Voice should be low pitched, well modulated, and in the right volume. For example, I'll tell you a good example is a good example of my voice model. Thank you for calling room service. How can I help you, sir? If you feel it is very lazy on answer, that says that our slide 3 says, which is you're not leaving a good impression. Otherwise, same thing you say, thank you for calling room service, sir, how can I help you? Now, this is also not a good voice. That's why the reason we say that you smile with the voice, reflect your voice should be low pitch. Thank you for calling room service. How can I help you? So that is how the process has to happen. That's what while speaking on this phone, ensure that you're always the voice should be low pitched, well modulated, and right volume. See, in some of the classes which we take, that normally students used to say, sir, how can I do the modulation, because my sound is in this same pattern only, sir. How can I change my modulation? See, if you're going to ask a leave to your principal or your teacher or a faculty or your seniors or who's working there, automatically how do you ask? Sir, can I take a leave tomorrow, sir? Then you know the voice modulation. Same thing has to be done here also. That's what we are looking onto the voice modulations. See, keep your mouthpiece 1.5 inch away from the mouth. Do not cover the mouthpiece with your hand. There is always a process which is keeping a phone distance, and see, there is a lot of disturbance happens. You may hear something, you may not hear something. And the next one is, do not cover your mouthpiece. If you want to check something, or if you want to look into some of the things because the guest has asked you a concern or query, then do not close. Put it on the mute, then go for the thing, and then remove the mute and then talk to the guest. That's how the process has to happen. Next one, it's thus. There are a lot of don'ts there which we are talking about. Thus is nothing but always be polite. Always be. Would you like to hold? It's a polite sentence. It's a polite in sense. Would you like to hold? What do you mean? Would you like? See, that is a polite way of asking. So can you hold? It's not a polite way. So use the guest's name whenever you know the guest who is speaking on to it. So see, use the guest name in sense. Welcome back, Mr. Sharma. Next one is speak in a complete sentences. Don't use hotel jargons. Because especially in many places you used to say hotel jargon, sir. Sir, you have booked a room on CP, sir. You are booked. See, that is not the same. See, speak in a complete sentence. Do not use hotel jargon. Can I have your name, please? So these are all your polite sentences which you are using on your conversations. Coming to the thing is, when you are receiving outside calls, normally we normally have a standard talk lines in each hotels. How to look into that? Every hotel has given you a standard talk lines. Accordingly, only we are doing the things. So here, the standard talk lines, which is good evening or good afternoon, the day, and you say that UAE Global, and finally say Maggie speaking or who's speaking. Then how may I assist you? This is how the process. Any opening call in an organization, it might be, see, as a service industry, in any places which you are there, or in a college, any places when you open a call, have a practice of doing this pattern, especially on an official call. That shows that how polite you are, how professional you are. Next, going to the receiving of the outside calls. Next one is, see, do not see these long distances calls, especially in the reservation scenario or in an inquiry where they are calling from the outside India or something. See, any long distances call, normally what you have to do not keep the guest holding. What do you do? If the extension is busy, inform the caller, ask whether the guest would like to hold or would he like to be called back. Collect the number, call back. See, this is the professional way of doing the things. No, sir, the line is busy, sir. It's like something like it lacks professionalism. So that's why the reason we say that if the caller, it's too much, inform the caller and ask whether the guest would like to hold or would you like to call back. So collect the number. When you're free, ask the concerned department or the concerned people to call them back. See, getting back to the guest. What do you mean by getting back to the guest? See, sometimes I need to call the guest. Sometimes he would have raised some concerns, but I have to call him back and tell him that, see, for example, he said, for example, since it's in Trivandrum, someone is asking you, what is the time of Padmanabha Swami temple opening? So I am not familiar with the thing. So one or two times, maybe I will get into the familiarity. So I will be checking my seniors. So when you're calling back, do not ever use the word hello when you get to call guest back. Say, if it is the guest is on the hold, you can say, sorry to keep you waiting, sir. The Padmanabha Swami temple timings are so and so. So that's how the conversation has to get. Calling a guest back. What do you mean by calling a guest back in sense? See, for example, he has asked for a cup of, he has asked for a particular dish in the room service, but you need to check them the availability or the things. So you went to the chef, you checked the availability. Now you're saying that, see, good morning, Mr. Singh. This is Rahul from Food and Beverage. You have asked for a particular dish. So it is available, and chef has, it is available, sir. Can I take your order, please? So that's how the process has to happen. So when you always call back, maybe Rahul would have called, maybe the previous your captain would have taken the call. Now Rahul is calling, and the captain has already informed Rahul saying that, see, this particular Mr. Singh was staying in so and so room number, is looking for a particular dish. Kindly revert back. So this is how your call has to go. Good morning, Mr. Singh. This is Rahul from Food and Beverage. You asked for a particular dish. It is readily available, sir. May I take your order? So that's how the process has to happen in this particular scenario. Next, see, when a conversation is getting over in between two persons, especially in the hotel industry, there are a lot of places, mistakes happens, what I hear and what I do. That's why the reason we always say that repeat and reconfirm in between the thing and proceed. For example, guest would have said, I require a standard room. So, standard room for one night. So, immediately what we do is, we used to do a process. This process is called summarizing process, where we repeat and reconfirm my understanding. So, there is no non-correlation which is happening. So, this practice has to happen in your scenarios of your telephone etiquettes. Going to the next slides. When a conversation is not clearly understood, when the conversation is not clearly understood, and say, I will be talking to a person, but something, he would have been very speed, or he would have talking very speed, or fast, or maybe very slow. So you cannot catch some other point, because telephone has a barrier. In those cases, what you have to say, I beg the pardon, sir. I beg the pardon, sir. So that's what I beg the pardon, sir. Can you please repeat it for me? So coming into the next scenario also, see, when you go to the, if a guest asks for something which you do not know the answer, saying the example which I said about the opening of your Anandapuri temple, Padmanabha Swami temple. So in this case, I will just check on it, sir. Would you please hold on for a moment? Always do not try to give a wrong information to the guest. So always go and find the facts and findings. It has to be very clear and things, because guest may go to that temple is closed. What is the guest? He feels that, okay, this fellow doesn't know that, this fellow doesn't have initially what we discussed, that pattern is getting negative there. So going to the next slide is, if a guest asks for something that needs to come from the another department. For example, there is a complaint related to the maintenance department, the TV is not working or the remote is not working. In those cases, guest has called up the housekeeping and said that, sir, this is what my concern is. My remote is not working. Immediately you will say that, sorry to hear, sir. Certainly, I will ask the engineering department to speak to you. Or I've already spoken with the engineering department and they will be attending your concern shortly. So that's all that. For example, regarding the room service, anything. He's saying that I need to have a mineral water immediately to the room. Certainly, sir, I'll ask the room service to speak to you. No, I'll ask the room service to provide you the mineral water. According to the situation, this pattern of languages changes. But try to see that interdepartmental, anything which can it's easily solve and move forward, then that would be the best practices. If he's asking for a mineral water, you can automatically say that. Certainly, sir, I will ask the room service to bring a mineral water to your room. That's how the process is. No, no, sir. No. Certainly, sir, I'll ask the room service to speak to you. Again, you are complicating the process. So try to see that that is happening there. See, in many cases, this used to happen. See, anything, as you know that there are 3 cycles which is there, guest is there, people is there, and the process is there in an organization. The accounts department may be closed in the evening, but they want to speak to the accounts department. In that case, what happened is like sales and marketing department, they won't be functioning after late hours of 7 o'clock. So in this cases, when the call comes to the front office, I have to say, I'm really sorry, sir. Accounts department is closed at the moment. Can I take a message for you? So that's how the process happens. Because sir, today accounts department closed, sir. You call him tomorrow morning 9 o'clock. That's not a professional way of handling the telephones there. You always have to see that how maximum you can. So tomorrow morning, write a message, give it to the finance manager or whoever the thing is. So and so called at so and so time. Please call him back. So that is what the continuation feedback has to happen. So that is what in case of guest wishing to speak to a department which is closed, normally this has to go. See, if the staff, this normally happens to the front office, there will be a manager on duty, another person will be there, but suppose he has something urgent to be done. So if the staff calls you and says that he is feeling unwell, but already the policy would have been very clear to the front office, okay, you can take a car and lead them to the nearest hospitals, and if it requires any medical expenses bills, which can be, so those kind of factors which is the policy there. So in those cases, what is it? I'm sorry to hear that Mr. John, may we arrange a vehicle to the hospital or call a doctor for you or fetch some medicine for the pharmacy. This is what happens to the guest also. Guest is calling and saying that, see, may I have some paracetamol? Immediately you will say, I'm sorry, Mr. John. See, you will ask what is his health problem. If he has some prescription, you can fetch it and give it to the Beldes team. They will go and fetch your medicines. So those kind of things. I'm sorry to hear, Mr. John, may we arrange a vehicle to the hospital or call a doctor for you or fetch some medicine from the pharmacy. See, in case of a staff, always try to inform the supervisor that this is what has happened in the department. Regarding the guest also, you have to inform the manager saying that, sir, Mr. John of room so-and-so was asking for a medicine and he gave us a prescription and we bought it. So that is what the process which is happening here. Transferring a call. See, this plays a vital role in the thing. I've even in coming slides, I have already done a drill program also. See, transferring a calls, normally what happens is, most of the places happens is, they transfer it, that's it, over. Normally when you're transferring it, the other end person, you have to tell them that you are transferring call from so-and-so person. That's how the process has to happen. I have done a small drill on this particular process. If the extension is engaged, then mostly happens. In a hotel industry, mostly the extension may be engaged. I'm sorry, sir, extension is engaged. Would you like to hold? Ask him the permission. Would you like to hold? If he says no, then try to take down, say, sir, may I have your name and the mobile number, and you can call. And the person who he wants to talk the message can be passed and do it. See, if suppose he says no concern, yeah, I will hold. Then you have to say, thank you for holding, Mr. Sir. I can now connect you to the accounts department or whichever the department is asking. So that's the other way if the extension is engaged. If there is no answer from the extension, I'm sorry, sir, there is no answer from the extension. May I take the message for you? This is a scenario which normally happens, because that's why we say that always escort the calls whichever is coming to your desk. So only you can do this particular process in a prompt way. Unanswered and unattended will be automatically, what happens is it shows lack of professionalism. If the lines is bad or not clear, mostly it happens. Maybe a lot of disturbance comes. Even while you're talking in your mobile also, this normally happens. You cannot hear it. It may not be louder. A lot of things happens. In those cases, I'm sorry, sir, but the line is not clear. Could you please speak more loudly, please? Guests won't be offended at all, because you are there to help the guest, how to satisfy him. You want to create a wow to him. So, I'm sorry, sir, but the line is not clear. Could you speak more loudly, please? This conversation can be very useful in that particular scenario. When ending a call, see, when you end a call, always you have some solicitation or a standard talk times which is there. Thank you for calling room service. We are pleased that we were able to have assist you. Have a pleasant day or evening. Do not put the receiver down. Still thank the guest. Allow the time to say bye or thank you. And one more thing is, do not put your phone. Guest has to put your call down. See, guys, today's scenario I can tell you is, I think most you people have experienced in most of the, when you're calling a bank or you're calling in some other places, the people itself will say, sir, you drop the call, sir, then only my call get cut. So that is nothing but that professionalism. So that professionalism, we started it. Now today I can see recently in banking sector, every sector, they used to say, sir, I cannot cut the call, you have to cut the call. So this is what we are doing here also. Wait for the guest to say thank you, or he said, okay, bye. Then finally, wait till the guest cut call rather than you should not cut the call. That is a basic principle which is there for, especially in ending of calls. This is a standard drill which we here Trivandrum used to train our students. Our boys have been trained in this particular process, and also the reservation process also it has been trained. And some, I'm not saying that 100% will be practicing it in the day. Like I can say 20 to 25% they are doing it, because mostly they come from Tamil medium and Malayalam medium. So they have some practice, but we have given a scriptation like this, and this has been asked to practice it. Now they have started doing it, the process. So conversation between a front office associate and the guest. See, front office. See, as this is already we have reviewed it before also, we have seen it also. Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling UEI Global. Rajaram speaking. How may I assist you? This is the opening call. So anyone picking up the call will be having this particular conversation which we started. So guest is saying that, hi, I would like to speak to the general manager. So again we came into the second. Front office associate is saying that, certainly sir, whom shall I say is calling for? First, GM will ask, or anyone who is there will ask who is calling and what way he is calling. Not the general manager, any places, anything. This statement has to be there. Whom shall I say calling for with regard to? Something is saying that no, it's personal. Okay, personal. Tell GM, sir, so and so want to talk something personal, he wants to talk to you. Whatever. See, that's why we say that in the telephone conversation, have a practice of doing a mirroring process. What guest is saying, that same thing you have to speak in your next sentences. That is called mirroring languages. Mirroring is, because the mirroring, I think in psychology, what happened is you face with each other when you're talking. That's why we normally say that go for a mirroring process. Guest, myself, I'm calling to discuss some business prospect. It may be personal, something like that. Certainly, sir, kindly hold on the line till I check and transfer the call. So you have taken a permission here saying that, certainly, sir, kindly hold on the line till I check and transfer. He may be on a meeting or he may be have gone some other places. Maybe put the guest on hold. Now, the second scenario, you're calling the general manager. Good morning, sir. Rajaram calling from front office. Mr. John want to talk to you with regards to some business prospects. May I transfer the call? The general manager says, certainly transfer it. Immediately say that, sir, kindly hold on the line till I transfer the call. This is scenario 2. After that, now the guest is on the hold. Coming back again, what you do is, you have to remove the hold. Thank you for being on hold, Mr. John. Connecting your call to our general manager. Connect to the general manager. Now the process is getting over. So this is how the process has to happen. Rather than without asking, you are just transferred it. General manager doesn't know, some call came from the front office, got cut. Then he will be calling, who has called me? I do not know. Someone called. He said, hello, hello. Phone got cut. Again, your process getting delayed. Come to the board. You have to check who and I'll call. Then you have to take the number, call him back. So this process is very simple. This is how the practice has to happen. Next one, external calls. Closing of an external call. It may be a reservation or an inquiry or regarding a banquet or regarding a table booking, whichever the department is. Everything is over. What you'll say is there anything else I can assist you, sir? Then, thank you for choosing UAE Global, Mr. John. Please feel to call us for further assistance. We look forward to have as a guest. There may be a standard line according to your brand and other things. But see, one thing you have to understand is all these scenarios, skeleton is skeleton. Skeleton is there. But most of the places what they do is, in the main skeleton, they used to do little bit of changes here and there. In some of the hotel, they say that namaste. In Tamil Nadu, they say vanakkam. So it is according to the tradition and the culture of the place. But basic is basic. There won't be any changes on those factors. But so according to the brand, they will. Finally, you will say that we look forward to have you as a guest. Have a pleasant day or pleasant evening. To summarize the session, some of the tips to improve the telephone etiquette in the hotel industry. Always answer the call quickly. So the rule 1 was pick up the call within 3 rings. Yes, greet politely. Our top lines, everything was all, we were been sticking to the politeness. When you speak to the guest, it has to be more polite. Your sound modulation has to be soft. You should not rush. Smile with your voice. Those kind of things is what greet politely. Must smile when you speak. It reflects on the telephone. As a student, you can even try it yourself. Without smiling and speak it, even we have done it. Students were when asked to call each other, we say smile and speak. So that has a lot of difference here. Always ask permission and say thank you after that. Suppose you may ask, what scenario is this? Someone, they have spoken to you and in between you cannot, he has given you a telephone number. You repeat and reconfirm, but it was not clear, so you repeat it. So ask for a permission. Sir, can you repeat your telephone number, please? That's what we say that. And finally, when you repeat it, say, thank you very much, sir. Do not interrupt your guest while talking. When the guest is having continuously speaking, do not interrupt him. Give him a space to speak till this end. Finally, what happens? You can interrupt and tell him that, okay, what you want to ask, you can take it. But do a mirroring process where talk what he has said, then get it back. Be focused. Focus in the sense, we normally say, don't beat around the bush, telling long stories or other things. If guest is specifically asking particular question, go for the particular question. Be focused on that. Then finally, what you have to do is repeat the details. Whatever you have interrupted from the guest conversation, you have to repeat and reconfirm the thing. That's how the process goes on. Do you have any questions, comments, or concern in this? Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to give you do a small workshop on telephone etiquettes and standards. Once again, thank you all for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.